Alright, in this video we're going to start taking a crack at modeling the details of our building. This one right here that we started modeling. So let's get started. Alright, real quick note, because I know this is a 3D modeling class specifically for game assets. The way we're modeling it is technically not a game ready asset. Maybe in another video we'll use these other ones that we've created. Where is our, there we go. Maybe we'll use these ones later on since they're separate pieces, right? Since they're separate pieces, and we'll start making them game ready and show you guys how that works. But for now, let's continue on with this. Alright, what we're going to start with is this front door up here on top. And what we're going to want to do is actually go into our create menu. We're going to create a box. Now, I already have auto grid on. Yours by default is probably off. Make sure you check it on, because if it's off and you try to build the door, you're actually going to build shapes behind the object, which is not what we want. So let's go ahead and undo that. Click on box, turn on auto grid, and if we just build it roughly in the same area as the door, like so, and now we've got our door, or at least the base of our door. From here, we're going to need to right click, convert to editable poly. Don't forget to add your modeling shader to it. So press M on the keyboard, right click on your material, assign to material to selection, and we'll add it to it. As long as, just remember you have this selected first. Right, after that, we can go ahead and close that up. And we also should probably change the color so that the edge colors all match. There we go. Alright. What we're going to need to do is we need to add some edges where there's not enough edges to this. So turn on your edge selection mode. We're just going to grab this guy and this guy down here. We're going to come down here to the edit edges section and press our connect settings. Increase that to 2 and just spread that out here. So this middle section is a pinch pull, right? So if I bring it down, the lower the number, closer towards 100, then it pinches the edges together. If I spread it out, then the farther I go to positive 100, it pulls them apart. So we're gonna go probably 70. Looks good. All right. From here, I'm gonna select these 4 edges. Remember to hold Control while you're selecting the edges. You'll be able to select multiple edges. I'm gonna press connect again. And when I do, there's 2 sets of edges because it remembers your settings, just like what it did with the extrude. So right click on 2 to bring that down to 1, right click on this pinch 70 to bring that to 0, and we're going to drag the slide all the way up to the negative, probably closer to negative, let's see. Mm, 85 looks like it works, so we'll set that in by pressing the check mark. Alright, now press the number 4 on your keyboard to turn on polygon face mode. Hold Control and start selecting these faces right here. And we're actually going to press our extrude settings. And you see it still remembers that 10 even though we saved it in the previous version after modeling. So what we're going to do is we're going to press right click to bring that down to 0. We're just going to bring this up probably something more like this, maybe 1. Let's go to 1 and see what 1 centimeter looks like. Yeah, that should work. Just like that. Alright, now press the number 2, and what we're going to need to do is select this inside edge here and then look down and select this bottom edge here. And we're gonna actually connect again, reset your settings, and this time we're gonna add 3 segments. And this is gonna lead us into creating a little bit of the wood detail on our door here that you see. We could do it through texturing, but we're just gonna go a little bit farther and take the extra mile there. So, which we're gonna do using the chamfer tool. The chamfer tool rounds out edges. So if I take and select this edge right here, for example. Oh, whoops. Let's turn that off and select this. If I take this edge right here, come on. Why is it not showing select? There it is. All right. And we click on the chamfer tool. What if we start to chamfer it out? Right. The more we increase the chamfer amount, the rounder it makes that edge. We can change the way we want it to chamfer as well. So, and we can change the segments to make it even rounder if we needed to. You can increase the depth of the chamfer. You can adjust the edge end bias and the radial bias. You can make an open chamfer so that it cuts a part out in case you need to do that. You can invert it so it only leaves that one area. It's already smoothed out, but you can change it to the type of smooth, so it's only the chamfer or the entire area, and you can adjust the smooth amount from there. So that's what that does. I'm going to press the X because I don't want any of those settings in there, and turn that off. And let's come back to our door. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is in our door, we're going to create these little slats that go across here. We could just so what we're going to do with these edges is select them, all 3 of them. We're going to press chamfer here and go to our settings. Make sure that yours is on quad. Let's move this out of the way. Now I don't want these middle edges here, right? So we can take this connect edge segments here and bring that down to 0. And then just press the check mark there, and that sets them in. From there, if we press 4, go into our polygon face mode, and so just select these faces here. All 3 of them. We're going to go to our extrude. Now, if you look, it's trying to extrude them out. That's not what we want. We want them extruded in. So zero it out by right clicking. Let's just dial this down some. Something like that. Just enough of an inset or an inward extrude. Extrude, but inward. And so that it looks like they're like wood slats. Now, for this part here where they come across, what we're going to end up doing is creating them out of a new box. And we're going to talk about a different tool that you can use here. So we're going to click box. If your auto grid is checked off, I left mine on by accident, make sure you turn yours off, or turn it on, I mean. And we're going to create our box right here. I'm going to come over to this edge and just bring it out. Let's see where we're at here. We can right click off of it, and let's go ahead and just we want this to be flush with the door frame. Whoops, we don't want segments. We want what? Not width either. Oops. There we go. Let's bring this down some. No, down some. There we go. Back down to where it was. increase our length. No, it's not the length either. So that means it's the height that we need to increase. And we just want that to be flush with that door frame right there. So it looks like for me it's 0.982, just about 1. And make sure that, okay, so over here we're not entirely flush either. So let's bring this out. Remember, it's increasing it from both sides, right? So we gotta bring it over a little bit too. There we go. All right, and we can bring the length down some to be about right like that. Now, with this, let's go ahead and apply our modeling material. So press M, right click, assign material to selection, change our edge color to black so everything matches. What we can do is we need to copy this. Do not press Control C. This is not Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Google Docs, or anything like that. If you press Control C, you're going to do something like this and create a new camera, which is not what we want. So let's delete our camera. Whoops, not the word camera. We want to delete the whole thing. Get rid of that. And now we're back in our perspective mode. We're going to select that. And there's two ways to this. You can hold Shift and drag it down, and that'll create a copy. Or we can go to, I think it's Edit, and choose Clone, right? Which the hotkey is Control V, right? For right now, hold Shift down and just drag it. So once you got, whoop, not the whole thing. Hold Shift and just drag that edge piece, that crossbar down to about right there. Now, copy makes an individual independent copy that we can use on our own and adjust and modify. If we choose instance, then every change we make to this one will be made to this one. But go ahead for right now and just leave it as copy. Let's change the name to crossbar 2, because we gotta remember to name things. This is gonna be crossbar 1, because I don't know the technical terms for it. This is going to be door, like that. Alright, so I guess what's left is to start attaching things. If you want to, you can add or create a door handle on it by doing the same thing with the box. Just kind of drag that in right there and bring it out so that it's kind of even with everything. By everything, I mean the door frame. Something close to like that. You can then just assign that material, change the edge color, and you're good. And now you got like a little door handle to go with it, right? However, what we need to do is actually attach everything. So select your door, come over here to your modifier tab. We're going to come down to this word attach here, click on it, and just start selecting things. And you're going to see over here that it's actually disappearing from your scene, from your layer explorer and from your scene explorer as we click on things. And now everything is under this one door. If we right click to stop the attaching, then now we move everything and it moves together because it's all now one piece. So alright, so creating next is going to be this bottom door because it's got that little slope right there on the frame. So we're gonna take this door, we're gonna just hold shift and drag it out. We're gonna make sure it's a copy because we're gonna have to do some probably some modifications to it. And we're gonna bring it out here. Let's make sure that we're lined up because it is, if we look at it right now, it is hanging down below the stairs, and that's not what we want. We want this thing to be lined up evenly with the building. Alright, so we're going to need to shrink this down. So what we're going to do is we can just press R and just shrink it down some so that it fits within our stairs here. Given where this is at, if it was in a game, it probably wouldn't be used as an entry point anyways. They'd probably actually make them walk up the stairs and go through the door there. So what we're going to do is press 1. We're going to start expanding things out. So we're going to select this edge here, or these vertices here, and drag that out some. We're going to drag these vertices out some. We're going to drag these ones out some, a little bit like that. Now we're going to take this vertice and we're actually going to just bring that out to start creating that slope, just eyeballing, trying to make just like a nice straight line there, right, to get that curve or that diagonal in there. So we're going to do the same thing over here and try to make it as close to the same as possible. Something about like that. See? Very easy. Last thing we'll do with the door is just make it a little bit chunkier. So press 4, click on it, press 4, grab these guys right here, and just add another extrude. Just to bring that out a little bit more, because if you look, there's actually kind of a deep inset in there. And press the check mark. Alright, let's get started on one of the windows next. But first, let's go ahead and save. So Control Shift S, click on building, delete that A, put a B in there and press save or enter to save your next version. And for the window, let's see here, which one do we want to do? I think we'll do this open one, and then for your guys' assignment, you guys will do this one and this one, because I've already shown you the tools that you guys can use. You guys know how to create boxes, so you guys can create these boxes here in the front, and you guys know the scale, extrude tool, and the attach, so you guys should be able to create this ladder no problem. So let's get started on that window. Click on box, auto grid. For right now, we're just going to kind of create it right here and extend it out like that. What we're going to do from here is add our modeling material to it, change our edge colors to black, right click, convert to editable poly, press the number 2, go ahead and grab these guys right here, and I think what we'll do is we're going to create 2 sets. So we're going to go connect. We're going to pull those out to probably right there. We're going to press this plus sign, and now we're going to grab these 4 edges here. Right there, so it goes across, and then we're going to press the check mark to set those in. Next, what we're going to do is press 4 and grab these faces by holding Control and selecting all of them, like so. Go ahead and grab your extrude. We don't need it that far out, but something probably about like that. While we're at it, let's actually, I think we need to move this up. No, actually, it looks like it might be in line with the top of the door. So let's, whoops, just grab it, make sure that we're lined up with the top of the door. like that, and move it back roughly where it was. All right. From here, let's press the number 4, grab this box here, or this face here, and what we're going to do is we're going to create an inset. There we go. And then that's going to be the window area right there. Now, from here, what we can do is create this part here. And we're going to grab, how do we want to do that? So it looks like it comes out from this part here. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is give these a little bit of an extrude. Let's see. Let's go with 0.25, something like that. Something so that it looks like the window's actually set in there. And now I'm gonna grab this face right here. Try this again. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna extrude this out. Hey, straight out like that. Actually, no. What we're gonna do is make it 0, press the check mark, and then we're gonna drag it out like that. Actually, instead, we're gonna go ahead and grab this guy right there. And maybe not, because it has that slant in there and that's really gonna mess things up, so let's not do that. Instead, Control Z. There we go. I think we're good now. Yep, we're good. Alright, what we're gonna do instead, and I probably should have done this from the beginning, is just make a new box right there. So we're gonna go ahead and get in here. Nope. Let's try this again. Grab a new box. We'll just drag it right here for right now, just to get the size in, or as far as the length goes. And we'll bring it here. Now we can take this and move it in place, because what we really want is, if I turn on my angle snap and move that to 90, we want this box to be able to fit inside of this window. So let's go ahead and shrink that down on the Z, bring things up, increase the Z, increase the Y, bring that over. There we go. Now that we know that's going to fit in there, we can drag this out. We can bring that in the X sum, because when it closes, it does not need to be it doesn't need to be sticking out from the window frame. Now that we got that, we can go ahead and open that up, drag this over, and apply our modeling edge color and our modeling texture. And now we have our window and its little like opening door thing. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to grab the base window here. We're going to name it window. And with our modifier panel, we're going to grab it, click on attach, and attach it to that one piece. And now it's all one piece. We can turn off the attach, and now it's set. So this will be in the description on the website, but what I want you guys to do is finish the details. You guys already know how to make boxes, so these cube things in the front on both should be easy to do. You guys have some basic modeling knowledge from creating the building, the stairs, the doors, and this window. So I want you guys to create this window here on the side, this window here on the front side of the platform, and I want you guys to take a stab at this ladder. And don't forget to save your work.